now they are in enemy territory.
And we'll see if there is any more that they can show us on this one. It's a map that normally I feel like underdogs can struggle on, especially against a team like Heroic. There's a lot to watch out for. If Heroic get a chance to show us that CT side, they go for these crazy four-man stacks and aggressive plays on this map sometimes, but they're starting on the T side here. Get to see what their map control procedures look like. As for Movistar Riders, South Seoul having a little look into mid early. Heroic staying pretty spread out, flashing themselves into short B. Just getting that bit of early map control they're looking for. Very calm, very relaxed.
Oh, they're going to go for the boost, standing boost. Oh, the timing! Behind the smoke is Alex. 5 versus 4. Quickly made 4 on 4 then. So slow. Down goes Martinez. Surely they hear 2 Glocks there, but what can they do about it? Sorcel's on such a long rotation, coming back to the A site from long. What would the timing be like here? 40-second mark as we've got 3. Looking to head through Monster, still being very patient. They're going to be so close. Surely Alex doesn't stand a chance here, trying to desperately find a headshot, but only being the recipient of one. Mopos with a P2000. This 2 versus 4. Finds Caden with the bomb, so many targets. Gets a nice 1v1. Sources for drop. It's just down to Mopos now. They will indeed lose the pistol, Movistar. Very slow, methodical pistol by Heroic. And a successful one as well.
Yeah, very happy to take their time. They wait for that CT aggression. Again, I mean, Yabi has just... The turnaround he's had on this team has been fantastic, honestly. That kill from Cadian is ridiculous. Yeah, when Yabi first joined the team, a lot of people were unsure. It didn't look like he was the answer. It didn't look like he was the player that they wanted him to be, but he slowly but surely found this incredible level of form that you see now. Fortunately for Movistar Riders, they are the ones feeling the brunt of that right now. They have gone for this force buy into the following round. And it's currently an A-long setup for Movistar Riders, leaving bathrooms, leaving short, pretty exposed. This is a setup that you'll see fairly often, this 2-man stack on long. Or at least occasionally you'll see it. And then eventually it's common for a CT to rotate back up from B towards A. That might just be forced this time though, because they've already got the initial pick. Here is Martinez, that man arriving to try and be the reinforcements on this bomb site. Oh, Heroic just turned away entirely. Not interested.
Wow, they have sold a fake. Picasso ain't real, but will they go into the site fast enough? They've made their way towards Monster, and in they go. Movistar are double OP. They are out of position. Now, they may go for a save here. Bearing in mind it's a force buy, and it would be a suicidal to try and go back into B. 4 players up. They can go again in the next round if they can keep people alive. But Heroic appear to be one step ahead, at least in the early stages. We'll see if Movistar are able to catch up. So far, so good, though, for the T side. This is the pick of Heroic after stealing Ancients away from Movistar. Some people, like some pro players, hate Overpass. I do wonder why. I think partly some people hate it because if you're not good at the map, you get wrecked, basically. They may lack a middle ground at a certain level, but it's my favorite map.
Yeah, I like Overpass. I always like a map that gives you something very different. I think that you need a couple of maps like this, where there's not really a map that plays out like Overpass, with how big it is, with all the utility procedures, with the slow pace. I think it's nice to have at least one map like this in the pool. And you can't argue that it's not skill-based, because you see teams that are just so good at controlling this map. As you were saying, if you're a bad overpass team, you can often get wrecked.
Oh dear.
Ooh.
Mopoz is still here, but again, the situation still desperate for Movistar on the Force by Part 2. Part 2. How well do you know your Galil's spray?
That's always a question. I feel like pros are picking up on it now, though, just with how good the gun is. Well, a clean B take from Heroic after getting the initial engagements to go their way. Pretty solid start for them again. Alex just looking to hold on to a Galil at this point. That's the best he can do.
Got to be ready for your Galil spray. It's like when we saw the rise of the attention to detail on utility, especially the high explosive grenades versus just throwing them willy-nilly. As the edges become smaller and smaller between the squads, when you pull out that Galil, you better know your spray. Because the guy next to you will. And if you don't, then that might be the difference. Well, then there should be buy time for the CTs now. So we can see the shape of Heroic on the T side of Overpass. What kind of shape they're in at the beginning of their Pro League journey for this season. Chunky nade behind the molly. Always nice. Speaking of chunky nades.
Ouch.
Airstrike won't do too much damage. Sorcel will just continue spraying into connector.
I think he might have done a good bit of damage onto Shush with that spray through the wall. This B-short area is pretty scary with those wall bangs. The CTs are so good at lining those up nowadays. See, Movistar Riders have got this double stack on the right side of Monster. It's very important you coordinate that correctly. You want the player furthest back to show first so that Mopoz isn't spotted initially in this close angle.
Wow.
Oh, Mopoz, he's able to put the incendiary down, but he can't even trade his teammate.
That is quite the entry from Yabi, and now his teammates can follow up. The chain flashes are glorious, but it won't get the kills. Mopoz finds two. Sorcel gets the third, but will be traded, but they've kept it competitive. 2-on-2 before the bomb's even planted. CTs will be here already. That's an important duel for them. Oh, he goes back to the Wildcadian, catches Alex throwing a grenade. Moving into the water now. Martinez here's one. He might not realize that they're both there. Looking for the second player as he starts to creep. Only requires one shot onto Cadian as well. So many sound cues, but Cadian will get that final kill. Mopoz did his best there with the multi-frag, but those entries from Heroic, that Yabi entry was nasty.
Yeah, it was very nice. Had to adjust as well, wasn't fully on the angle. That was a solid transfer from Mopoz though, under pressure. It's not easy for him to get away from the position initially. Still not enough for Movistar Riders though. I think Mopoz has probably been the one shining light on the team, but on the whole, it has been Heroic showing up so far. It's a nice nade towards barrels. No one there this time. Heroic are just like businessmen right now, honestly. And they're screwing Movistar Riders over in every single deal.
Billy Mitchell tier scam artists, businessmen.
We love that. Don't think Movistar Riders do though. They've lost another player here. It's Cadian who keeps his flawless streak going. He's finally going to fall though as soon as I say it. Mopoz with a nice trade. No way you're going to get out of there though. Yabi comes in from the other side. Now the RPG will do what he can. That's a good angle with the AWP. It is back to the A bomb site for Heroic. Alex stuck behind Dice. Shush will start to close the angle, and perfect crosshair placement delivers the headshot. That should be a bomb plant, and honestly, that should be the round at this point.
I was going to say they need to take consideration to save the AWP, but that urgency will simply be raised by that second last kill of the round as far as personnel are concerned for Movistar Riders. And there's the last one. Weren't sure if it was coming, but apparently it was. 5-0 then. 5 unanswered rounds by Heroic. There's the angle for Cadian. They know where the AWP is. Don't necessarily want to run into a stack though on the other side of the map. They dealt with it as Heroic often do. So this is a pretty rough start for Movistar. 0-5 on the CT side of Overpass, but the full buy is here once again. Martinez has the AWP once again. On the plus side, everybody's on the kill feed early versus what we saw. I think it was NaVi who was 0 for 8 on Ancient. So that's something positive. Oh, this time he eats them all, Sorsal. It's down looking for something in a short B position. Fast moving round now as Alex has dropped in connector.
Yeah, looking solid at the start here. Still got this boost ready to activate at any moment. Keep this B short control. That means the player below has to be ready to watch Monster. They saw that molly fly in. There's some counter utility to try and slow Yabi. Problem is, the bomb might try and come back, but look at this. Mopos. Oh no, he spots the bomb, but he can't drop Cadian. And now Yabi will try and pounce on the B site itself. He's just lurking. He's alone here, keeping them in place. Even with that kill from Mopos, the A bomb site is wide open for the taking.
They don't have smokes for the choke points. Tessus has the molly though, which will be thrown. Throwing the bomb over so they can post up for post-plant positions. Cadian will focus with the AWP. They were sold a fake once again, Movistar over-rotating to the B bomb site. That was such a crucial frag they lost on the bomb carrier. Now they find themselves in a very painful position indeed. Cadian frags one and falls off. Suicidal peaks now, surely from Movistar, as Mopos is traded, leaving NaVi is the last one to fall. 6-0 Heroic.
Just so solid. Even when the bomb nearly gets caught out, they know how to react. They know how to respond. There's only so many superlatives we can give Heroic, but they deserve them all right now with how they're playing. And unfortunately for Movistar Riders, we were saying maybe this is what we were expecting coming into this after their map pick goes so poorly for them. I feel like they had to have a solid CT side here, Movistar Riders, to have a chance in this map. Maybe they can still try and put that together. It's some A-long aggression coming. Martinez is the man ready to try and hold. Flash forces him off the angle. So hard to readjust to headshot height there with the Dig. SS lands a solid spray. And it looks like the door is open to this A site.
Mopos the main man again with the M4, but where is he? Is he able to do something? Yeah, he's on that rotation, but I'm sure he'll come in time because it is a wipeout on this A bomb site. Mopos and Alex remain. Things are already looking very dire for Movistar Riders. Of course, the score is about to be 0 for 7. I don't know how many rounds they've been close to winning on this half so far, which doesn't bode well for the score once we get to the end of the half.
Yeah, that is tough. Really has been a total wipeout so far. It's a classic show.
What do you think
Honestly,
of this M4 skin?
Yeah. Have you ever seen Takeshi's Castle?
Oh, love it.
Yeah. Like, honestly, Total Wipeout is kind of just a watered-down version of Takeshi's Castle, which is just elite. I'm sure some people will be learning searching it up right now. mousesports gets to hold on to his gun. Trying to find any small positives. He's also got the new M4 skin. That's a positive.
That's something.
We're finding positives where we can.
Doesn't really suit his gloves, though. I mean, it's nice to have contrast, but blue and green doesn't come to mind so much. Like a gold and green, sure. But this... I mean, maybe he's into dinosaurs.
It looks like it. It's just so green, this skin. It's so green.
My T side is green. My CT side was red till I unboxed Fade gloves.
Oh,
which
that changed everything.
Opens up plenty more possibilities, yes.
To be fair, sometimes it might be someone dropping you a gun, and then you're like, oh, well,
that's true.
Skin doesn't work on my gloves.
Gotta get on with it. Yeah. Leave it in spawn.
What can you do? There you go. Yabi's got a nice combo. Molotov deployed early into B short. That will stop CT aggression if they wanted to go for it. TeSS has taken a ton of damage over towards mid. I think that was from the molly. See most of the heroic players sitting outside B right now, where Movistar Riders have a massive stack. Is this all 5 players on B for the CTs?
Wow.
It looks like it.
Maybe Alex on the balcony.
Yeah.
But outside of that, yes, there are a lot of people here. Yeah, you can see Alex having a look towards connector.
You're never going to expect a 3-man B short push, are you? That's pretty impressive.
But not finding anyone there. What do they make of this? They're still being passive towards the A-bomb site. Sure spots one being proactive there in connector, but Moppos will be dropped. Tess is wondering what's happening now. He was in a Molotov sandwich earlier on, but he makes his way towards party as Heroic need to understand the makeup of Movistar Riders, what remains of them. 45 seconds on the clock, and Movistar haven't seen anything towards B, despite having had 5 people there. They start to wonder what might be happening elsewhere.
Ooh, NaVi only able to get 1, but now they can run him down. Trade is solid from Heroic, and that opens the window for them. 25 seconds. They have to get the timing right here, and this little fake towards A with this little time left on the clock might be enough. Southsol is desperately calling for a rotation, but B has been left completely exposed.
Man, they've been faked again. They have just got a garage full of fakes at the moment. Sold down the river once more. Every time the rotation is in the wrong direction. But what can you do? You've only got 2 players. 8-0 incoming for Heroic. And again, Movistar Riders are trying to make the right plays, but the timing, the pacing of Heroic is such that it's being dealt with. On the hunt, they'll lose some money, but it doesn't really matter for Heroic. What matters is that they still have a clean sheet, the pearly whites. Fresh out of the dryer, fresh out of the wrapper. 8-0 for Heroic. Alex 1 for 6 at the moment. Not having a great time.
Real name is Alejandro, which is just a cooler version of my name, so it makes me mad. Got 2 Alejandros on this team, actually. Oh, it's the same. There you go. Fun fact of the day for you. Oh boy, oh boy. Over on the other stream, we had the main matchup. Oh, wow, Cadian somehow ready for that. Despite being blinded there, he's able to spot out the boost early. The Star Riders have run that boost a couple of times. Looks like Heroic are catching on.
Such a hard game to be in, Movistar, like this map especially. How do you try and take the game to Heroic on the T side? They're using the clock well to exploit the advantages. They're getting an early lead in these rounds as well. But Movistar are kind of stuck in the ground at the present, just trying to find something. Have a look at Yabi.
Yeah.
Finding that information Really nicely done. Again, one thing that we really have to appreciate is just the spatial awareness that we have seen from Heroic on Ancient, on Overpass as well, with little elbow peaks like that, if you will. And now to swing into the site. Stan with the angles. Does he try to turn things around now, pushing through the smoke? Indeed he does. 3-on-3 after NaVi G finds 2 on the B bomb site.
Where is the round ending, though? There's a man in connector, and that bomb could be coming back into the waiting arms, but Cadian's ready for the fight. And now Martinez has to make up his mind. He will try to come back to A, but look at the position of Tesses. No way he can clear that close corner. This is almost Outsiders-esque from Heroic right now. Leaving 20 seconds left on the clock, making the correct decision in the late round. That one was dicey, though. If that fighting connector goes against them, that would have been a scary situation to try and recover from. But they're winning the fights when they have to.
Oh dear.
Oh man.
Oh dear, oh dear. Life is tough versus Heroic. But you want your dominant teams to be dominant. Like it's good when your strong teams are strong. It's healthy.
Yeah, the Spanish streamer, Hitu, just put a message in the fantasy group chat saying Spain without the S and a sad face. I think that sums up the Movistar Riders fans' feelings right now.
"48 seconds on the clock. They slowly stream into B now, with Tesses, of course, lurking on the A-bomb site, coming in from the back. Now, time might be going into Movistar Riders' favor, but in a 5 versus 2, they would need a miracle, essentially. NaVi G getting tagged down to 10 HP. And still the bomb is rotating towards A, as Tesses secures things upper, and they avoid that last player. It's pretty fun to watch. You know, they're reducing the risk, even in a round like that, not being sloppy, being very careful, flowing well. And where they're going to have a tougher task in the, further down in the bracket. Like it's, some people might be like, oh, we're 5v1, let's just go and trade, whatever, but they're playing things as efficiently as possible, and when it really counts, that the practice of that efficiency will matter. So it's good not to be slacking, not to be slouchy in an advantageous situation such as that. 10-0 for Heroic.
Oh boy. Yeah, this is kind of what it felt like. I played an open qualifier one time, and I think it was Copenhagen Flames I got matched up against. It was definitely a Danish team, because I remember it had a Cillian on it. And we decided to play Overpass for some ungodly reason. And just the early utility and the late round plays, they're just brutal. If you're on the server playing against a pro team that have their fundamentals nailed, you just cannot do anything, it feels like. Although I did win a 1v2 against a Cillian, so I can take that to my grave.
Nice.
Still lost like 16-3, of course.
I clutched against Grim on Nuke once in a 1v3. It wasn't a tournament though, it was just a NA pug.
They all count, they all count.
But if I ever see him again, I'm gonna dodge, so I always have that over him.
There you go. Can't let him get revenge. Pretty sure we were doing caster 10-mans one time, and you definitely knifed me in the nuke vents. I remember that vividly.
Everyone gets knifed by Bardolph.
It's a long list of those who want revenge. Now Martinez has took a ton of damage here with the early nades, and well, he's actually able to get one frag. Stown, though, opening up proceedings. There is a man in connector, but Shush is aware of the possibility. They're not overlooking anything on the heroic side right now. Movistar Riders, well, they may have the man rotating. Mopoz just about able to find a frag before the flames engulf him. And even here, Shush was watching the flank with the bomb. Finally, he'll deliver it to the site. NaVi has to find a hell of a clutch here.
I think this is the tough thing about Overpass, is that if you're outclassed by your opponent, it's really hard to do anything. Like, you know, if Movistar want to try and get aggressive on their CT side and take the game too heroic, like, you really need the depth in order to do that. It's a very difficult map to do it effectively against a strong opponent. So Movistar are simply being victimized from round to round at present, which again is what heroic should be doing. So everything's in its right place in that regard. So, you know, around like that, we just bear witness to the process of heroic on the T side, isolating the Movistar players who are, I don't know how many, like, we haven't really seen much presence of even an AWP around the toilets, it feels like, for Movistar. So that, I mean, in the few rounds we have left, I would like to see something like that. Like Alex is still on 1 kill, for example. You know, they need to find something that's going to work out for them. They've got a boost into the short position, as we can see.
Nice. Through
Through the window, they'll get a kill onto Yabi. Some nice damage as Cadian tries to do something as well.
That's a nice play to throw in once per half. Oh, Mopoz, he's been trying to make those plays throughout on this CT side. He's been one of the few players who's been effective for Movistar Riders, but that 1v1 against Stown, not easy. Stown has been on point on this map. Here is Alex looking for his second kill. That's a good headshot. TassS's AK dropped. And meanwhile, Stown has snuck into B, but the pistols shining through for Movistar Riders in this round. They've come away with the man advantage. Martinez still not able to recover a rifle on this B site, but NaVi's here to back him up. They'll try the trade. It's effective, and it's up to Cadian in the clutch.
Spotted.
Oh,
that's such a tight shot to land. Into the 1v1 then. He has the bomb as well. Door is closed. 35 seconds on the clock. How long does he wait? Does Alex wait for the bomb plant? Alex is essentially stuck. I think he has to wait for the bomb plant here, especially against heroic. You just never know with them. Door is open. Was it heard by Cadian? Doesn't seem like it was. Has he planted open? No, he's planted defensively. No idea where Alex is coming from. Does he have a lineup? Oh, he's got a quick flick onto Alex. He's made his way over. He doesn't have a kit either. Oh, the brutality of it. He's baiting Cadian. Oh my god, it's just so cruel. It's so cruel to watch. He clutches the 1v2. Lovely shot onto the barrels player. Everything is going the way of heroic at the moment.
Oh, you can see Cadian's just got a smile on his face. I think he realized it was the low buy from Movistar Riders, right? They were dying to a lot of pistols in that round, so figured, you know what, I'm going to take the gamble that it is no kit defuse. It's a full 10 seconds. And that was the case. Able to just run and gun with a Tech 9, so strong at close range. 12-0. Early aggression here from Shush, using that Molotov to get the connector control. Star Riders wanted to fight for that. They had a couple of players here. They've been forced back to the bathrooms. Still not a bad position to be, though. It's heroic, somewhat grouped. Salso in a very committed spot. He should listen. Oh, his shoulder will have been spotted. Able to go 1-for-1 at a minimum. And now heroic might not expect there to still be a double setup in the bathrooms. Damn, and look at the aggression, man. Mopoz and NaVi getting B control.
Where do they go, though? Because the rotation is so far. This is a classic sniper setup. Vintage stuff. And this is the kind of thing I was looking for. Playing it very defensively. They're not even checking for the gap there. And of course, they don't know the situation towards long. We can see that Stown is just around the corner, and Heroic are giving sound keys away. Maybe wondering why there was no challenge, and that is going to be a huge clue to them, Martinez's position. Do they continue to chase? There's a flash for long because they know that's where the concern is. But that flash is telling for Heroic as well. Martinez has been dropped. The rifle support still here, though. 28 seconds on the clock. Where is he off to? Down to a 2-1-2. Canadian to collect the bomb now, which I don't think has been spotted. Moppers will be instrumental here, and that maybe saves them from a 0-16 scoreline.
15 seconds, smoke down, Stown, desperate, jumping through the smoke. Moppos didn't land the shot, but I don't think there's time. Surely NaVi G has run for the hills. And he's found a little hidey hole. Incendiary to the heavens because he knows there's no chance. Movistar Riders finally on the board. A nice bit of aggression, and that defensive setup worked okay because Heroic took so long. And because Heroic have been going for all these slow rounds, it allowed time for that flank of Moppos. And oh, not the P90s. This is a B rush. Heroic have done this occasionally, but 2 P90s, it's got to be a B rush. This is brutal, man. Not the P90s, please.
Oh, the Inferno special. They are sending it in. Here come the P90s, and there is absolutely no answer to that.
No! The kill feed! Look at that kill feed! It's 3 P90 entries. What am I watching?
Cadian's forced his angle as well. Wow. I love it because it's psychological warfare as well. It's the psychological warfare by we can do whatever we want. That is standing on the face of your opponent right there.
I would love to know how many P90 kills there have been in top level CS this year. Because we just got 4 there.
They don't even have skins, bro.
It doesn't even look that bad with the run gun. They make it look so clean. I think Movistar Riders were having a chuckle as well. I think they know. You've got to laugh that one off. Otherwise you'll start crying.
It is what it is. A timeout taken by Movistar Riders as we head towards
there's a sword off now. I mean...
Ooh. Even I don't use a sword off anymore.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Well...
Wait, is this for decoys? Are they going to maybe throw decoys from spawn and then pick up their rifles?
Be fun.
Yes, that is what they're doing. Beautiful. Quintuplet of negevs for the decoys, then switch back to their weapons. Lovely. I love the disrespect. They also cover the sounds a fair bit. This is
what a wild
the absurdity. I love. Wait, is okay.
Take your pick, Yabby.
Everything's fine.
We're all good. Star Riders don't have a full by themselves. They can't be buying guns and chucking them around for fun. Oh, this A site is pretty open, but again, Moppos has been able to push through B. Loving these smoke pushes out towards the B side of the map. Heroic this time slightly faster into A. There is a rotation here. Oh, Stown tries jumping up to the truck. That costs him. Alex doing good work from the bomb site. There's only so much he can do, and Yabby still fighting back. He's going to jump through the smoke, and Salsol's not ready. Well, he was ready. He just can't win the fight. It's Moppos on the flank, the MP9. Oh, it's not the range for it. It's 14-1 Heroic. A dominant half, a bit of fun at the end there. I think we all know where this one is likely to go, but it's never over until it's over in Counter-Strike. We'll see if there's anything that can happen in the second half after the break.
Yeah, for far too long, sitting so quiet. Now it's looking like David Goliath, fighting the giants, killing the tyrant, ducking the sirens. I don't care if my account is sitting in minus. I got the Midas touch. Enemies better line them up. Fight fair, now I'll up. Woo! There isn't a plan B, plan A only. Take the fight to their place, tell it to their face. Freedom is what they owe me. They know me cause I'm shaking the room up. And nothing is too much. Take a trip, then I cool off. Let's do lunch. Freedom is ours.